scavenger hunt. Today you're going to go to google.com/earth, click on the blue Launch Earth button and change these two settings, okay? So I'm going to do that real quick and we're going to work through this, okay? I'm going to go to google.com/earth. I'm going to click on Launch Earth. And when it's done launching, I'm going to change these two settings, number 1 and number 2. It says from the menu button, click Map Style and choose everything. And number 2 says from the menu button, toggle photos to on. So I'm going to come over here once it loads. Remember to give Google Earth, a few seconds to load. It takes a little bit. Then I'm going to go do those two things. First of all, it said go to the menu button and toggle photos on. They're already on. I had toggled them. It'll look like this to you when you first get here. I want you to go here and toggle them on like this, okay? Then I want you to go to the menu button, and I might be doing this backwards, but it doesn't matter. Map style, you need to choose everything, okay? Just press everything, and that's it. Just you can go back here, and you're ready to go, okay? All right, number 1, search for the coordinates and describe. We're going to describe what we see and see what country it's in. All right, let me get the coordinates. Command C, come up here to our search feature, Command V, and it's going to take me where I've asked it to take me. Give it a second. In Google Earth, when you first get to where you've asked it to take you, you're going to notice it's spinning around in 3D mode. It's like trying to show you the whole area that you're going to. And in order to stop it from spinning, we'll just click something. I'll see how it's just spinning around. You can see it's still loading right down here. It's only at 6%. You got to give it a few seconds to load, all of the imagery so it'll be clear and sharp. But to make it stop spinning, all you do is right here on the compass, you just click it. The compass is what's spinning right now. Just click it one time, and it'll stop spinning, and it'll focus in on your little dot. Here's our pin. Okay, so our first question was describe what you see. You can just sit here and say I see, green and brown, or I see a takeout bar or anything. Just describe what you see, whatever you see. Okay, this is a little bit relative. Some people will see different things. If you zoom in, you might have something else to answer. You might have a different answer. Okay, you'll notice there's the giant pink bunny. Okay, so your job is just to describe what you see. You can either say a bar, you can say a giant pink bunny, whatever. Okay, so that's the idea there. I'm gonna say a bar. Okay. Or giant pink bunny, either way, all right? Now it wants to know what country this is in. In order to know what country this is in, we're really going to have to zoom out a lot, okay? So we're going to zoom out more and more and more. Our pin stays there, but we need to find out what country it's in. As you zoom out more and more, you'll start seeing names of countries appear. There you go. See, you see over here. Here's Switzerland back here. It's hidden by a couple pictures. We could go into 2D mode, and it may help us a little bit too, okay? So in 2D mode, you'll notice, there we go. Now look, we zoomed out more, and it's actually in Italy. Because look right here, it's right on the border. See, this is the border right here of Italy and France. So it's actually located in Italy. So the answer would be Italy. All right, that was easy, right? All right. It says fly to Diamond, Ohio, follow Talmadge Road, scroll to the left, and until you find Southeast Middle School, and use the ruler tool. So let's just start out with fly to Diamond, Ohio, okay? All right, so we're going to come up here. We are going to type in, or you could have copied and pasted from the page, Diamond, Ohio, and we're going to let Google Earth fly us there. All right, we are there. There's our pin. Excuse me. There's our pin. Remember, it takes a few seconds to load. Plus, if you want it to stop spinning, you just click on the compass right here. All right, and it'll kind of put it into perspective and stop spinning, and it's still loading. While it's loading, let's go see what it tells us to do. Follow Talmadge Road and scroll to the left until you find Southeast Middle School. Okay. So I notice here Talmadge Road right here. I'm going to zoom in more so I can see it a little clearer and move my map, and I see Talmadge. That was Talmadge Road there. The little name went away, but I know it's Talmadge Road. So now, there it is. Now it says to keep scrolling until we see, what did it call it? Southeast Middle School, okay? So I'm going to keep scrolling left and see if I find it. Maybe I go too far. Let's just keep looking. Southeast Middle School. It's loading. I might should zoom in a little more so that we're a little more specific. I'm going to go a little further. I'm starting to see some schools. There's Southeast High School. There's Southeast Primary, Southeast Intermediate. We're looking for Southeast Middle. Maybe if we zoom in a little more. Oh, wait a minute. Look right down here. I did see it. There it is, Southeast Middle School. Okay, we found it. Use the ruler tool on the left of the screen and measure how many feet the street is to the flagpole. Okay, so Southeast Middle School, we need to know where the flagpole is. So let's zoom in. I noticed the shadow of a flag right here. So I think our flagpole is probably right here in the middle, but it's still loading down here. You can see that. So let's just wait till it loads. There it is. I see the flagpole. So they just want to know. It wants to know from the street to the flagpole. How long is it? This is our ruler tool right here. You just click on it, okay, and it says select a starting point. Okay, so the street is circular. So anywhere you want, you can start. So let's start there, and go out to there. Okay, and you'll see it's 29.86 meters. Now, look right over here. You can change it to feet, 98 feet. So that's your answer, okay? The length for letter A, the answer would be 98 feet. And what shape is the road nearest to the flagpole? You notice the road was circle. Fly to, and here are the coordinates. Okay, so let's go plug in our coordinates real quick. Go to search. Command V, and let's let Google Earth fly us to that point. Okay, well, it's flying us. Let's go back here and see what it wants to know. What animals do you see and how many are in this small group? Okay, interesting. So let's let it finish loading. Remember to be patient with Google Earth. All right, and remember, if we don't want it spinning, we can click on this guy right here, but I'm going to let it spin for a minute. Let's let it spin while it loads. Because we wait, oh, I'm starting to see some stuff right down there where our pin is. But let's let it keep loading. All right, I don't know. It's hard to see. We're going to have to zoom in, okay? I'm going to let it spin. If you're starting to get motion sick, just click on the compass so it stops spinning. But let's zoom in and see what we see. Okay, it is focusing. It's loading. We're being patient. There it goes. It's trying. Oh. It's very, I can kind of tell what they are. I'm going to zoom in a little more. Oh, I'm noticing that we're looking at elephants, aren't we? Yeah. We're going to let it load a little more, but first of all, it looks to me like the animals I see are elephants. And how many are in this small group? Well, let me just kind of count the ones I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm going to say 18. You might have come up with a different answer, but that's no big deal. Number 4. Fly to Grand Island, Michigan, and click. Okay, let's start by flying there. Let's say Grand Island, Michigan. Command C. Come up here to search. Command V, and let it fly. Well, it's flying us there. Let's go back here and see. Click on the photo closest to your red location pin. Okay. So let's let it load. The photos will load here momentarily. There's a photo there, but there's a photo there. Let's let it finish loading down here, though, so we're sure that it's loaded all the photos that are there. So we're going to click on the photo closest to the red location pin. Describe what you see in photos 8 and 11. Okay, interesting. So there we go. I think this is going to be the closest one. I know it's only at 30%, but I'm kind of seeing all the photos here. So you can let it finish if you want to, but I'm going to go ahead and click on the photo. And it wants to know what I see in photos 8 and 11. Okay, right now I'm on 1 of 21, so what's on 8? Let's keep going. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do we see on photos 8 and 11? We're going to let photo 8 load. I see a sailboat on 8. And what do I see on 11? A beach. All right. So I'm going to say for A, sailboat and beach. And what is the name of one of the points of interest? Okay, let's leave this pictures. And looks like right over here. We're in Grand Island Township points of interest. We can click there, and there's a whole bunch of them you can choose. Okay, Hiawatha, Elger Falls. You can just choose Wagner. You can choose whichever one you want from there. Okay, I'm gonna just choose Wagner Falls. That's number to Ohio. So we're gonna start out by flying to Ohio. Come right up here. Again, you could have just copied it and pasted it, or you can type it in. While it flies there, let's go see what it wants. What is the name of the lake directly above the state? Okay, so I see the state here. You can see its borders. There is a lake directly above it. We need to know the name of it. Okay, so far I don't see the name of it, but it's not done loading. So we kind of got to let it finish loading. And I'm gonna kind of move my map down just a little bit, and I don't see it yet. So it could happen if we zoom in or out. Okay, a lot of times when you zoom in, more things appear. I zoomed in a little bit more. Okay, and sometimes zooming out does it too. I'm gonna zoom in a little more. Ah, there it is, Lake Erie. So there's your answer for what is the name directly above the state. Lake Erie. Oops, it changed my. There we go. And the second question is, describe the picture you see when you click on the Ohio part on the right. So when I come over here and click on the Ohio card on the right, the picture I see is a waterfall. All right, that's number 5. Aruba. So let's go ahead and go back and type in Aruba, or copy and paste it. We're going to let it fly us to Aruba. You'll notice it's an island. Okay, now while it's doing that, let's go here. What sea is Aruba located in? Now we could do a couple things. We could zoom out and try to see what the name of this ocean is that it's in. Or if you notice over here, if you just start reading about it, Aruba is an island and a constituent country of the Kingdom of the Netherlands in the mid-south of the Caribbean Sea. There it is. So really all you had to do is read right there about it, and you found your answer. S-E-A. Okay. Next question, what is the capital of Aruba? There's a couple things you can do here. You can zoom in and try to look around. What you will notice, like right out here, you'll notice how big this word is, Oranjestad. But also, if you come over here and click here, for more information, there's not only pictures, but if you look down here, look at Aruba, and right over here it says Oranjestad. Okay? So the capital of Aruba is Oranjestad. So we can do Command V. Oops. Let's do Shift Command V, and it'll match everything. Okay. Number 3, zoom in to the capital and find the picture of the Tung Ye Food Center. What is the primary color of the building? All right. So let's zoom in on Oranjestad. Let's go back here, and let's just keep zooming in on Oranjestad. We know it's right there, and we're looking for the Tung Ye Food Center. Oh, we got to toggle. I shouldn't have turned. You got to toggle your photos back on. There we go. All right. So we're looking around for Tung Ye Food Center. We do have to make sure we are in Oranjestad, so we may have to. Oh, there's Oranjestad. So why don't we do this? Let's go back to this thing about Aruba and where we were here. And look here, you can actually go to Oranjestad by clicking here. See the little airplane? It'll take us there. So let's do that. So we're sure we're in the right place. All right. So there's Oranjestad. There's our little there's our pin. So we're just going to keep on going now. There we go. I see the Tung Ye Food Center right there. It was showing up for a minute. There it is. Tung Ye Food Center. So let's click on it, and it wants to know the primary color of the building. Look right over here. Looks like it's green. Okay. No, D, what is the closest country to Aruba? And what is the closest island is E? Okay. Now we're going to have to zoom way out so you can see a little more like on a globe. All right. Now, why don't we go toggle off the pictures again so they're out of our way for a little bit, the photos. Now, closest country and island. First of all, let's keep toggling. So it's looking to me like the closest island is right over here, but the first one is asking about the country. I guess we can jump to E and answer that since we know the closest island is Coracao, so we'll just do that. But D wants to know the closest country. Seems like this, whatever country this is what's closest. Let's keep going out until we see. Let's drag our map up a little bit. Okay, so whatever this country is, this is probably what's the closest. Let's keep zooming out and see. There it is. It's Venezuela. So the answer to D would be Venezuela. Search for these coordinates and zoom in. So let's start by grabbing the coordinates. Make sure you don't get any spaces after the 5 where it'll give you a little bit of an error. So let's go put these coordinates in and search. And while it's flying us to those coordinates, let's go back, zoom in, and what is odd about this image. All right, let's see what's odd. Doesn't seem like anything's very odd at the moment because it hasn't focused in all the way. Remember, to stop it from spinning, you just click on the compass right here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and stop it from spinning. Okay, so you can see our marker is right here, right? This is our pin. We need to zoom in on that pin and see what they think is odd about this. Now, we've got to let it load. Okay, we're still loading. Anything odd that you see? Still loading. We'll go out a little bit more. So far, we're still waiting. Our pin kind of disappeared, it seems like, but let's just look around for anything we see that's a little bit odd. Let's see if our pin appears again here. Here's our pin again. We're just looking for things that are odd. We really may just need to wait for this to be 100% or else we won't see things clearly. There we go. Oh, there's a couple of things I noticed, but you might notice other things and that's fine. But I noticed right over here, look at this. What is this? That's very strange. And I don't really know what it is, but I can say, you know, a colorful balloon house or something. I don't really know what it is unless you saw something else. Okay? So maybe just whatever you think. A colorful balloon house. Search for these coordinates. So let's go ahead and grab the coordinates. Command C for copy and Command V for paste. And let it fly us there. Remember, you got to give Google Earth a few seconds to get you there and to also focus in and load all of the imagery. So it takes a few seconds. You have to be patient with Google Earth. Right down here, you'll see how much it's loaded. It's still spinning. If you want it to stop spinning, just click on your compass right here. I'm going to let it spin for now. But while it's loading, I'm going to come back and see. What company logo do you see? Oh, interesting. Okay. What company logo do you see? Okay, so here's our pin right here where we went. Oh, I see it already. It's Ford. We can zoom in if we want to, but it's Ford. All right. Let's type in Ford. And then the last question, what's the name of the road that runs right in front of this building? Okay. I guess we got to kind of decide what's in the front, right? But it looks to me like this is the front of the building right here. And the road that's running in front looks like it's West Village Road. Or just Village Road. So that's your answer. So that's everything. Good job on your scavenger hunt today. Make sure to submit this sheet that you just filled out. Make sure to submit it in Canvas for your grade, okay? Good job.